Alan Norris spielt gegen den Engländer Richie Corner. Bis gleich. Bühne war, ist er überhaupt nicht gewohnt. Dennoch, er hat Kirk Shepherd bezwungen und er freut sich auf die heutige Partie. Die Rede ist von The Gent Richie Corner. Richie Corner tritt gegen den Titelverteidiger dieses Turnieres an. Er ist die aktuelle Nummer 18 der Welt, hat im Februar seinen dritten Pro-Tour-Sieg eingefahren. Und er hat mir eben noch erzählt, es war genauso wie im Oktober des letzten Jahres, beim letzten Players Championship Wochenende, jeweils in der ersten Runde ausgeschieden. Das ist ihm auch beim letzten Event hier so passiert, um dann den Titel zu gewinnen. Na, ob die Geschichte tatsächlich das gleiche Ende findet, ich bin sehr gespannt und freue mich auf Alan Chuck Norris.
The Hildesheim faithful acknowledging their defending champion. Final match of the afternoon session. And our first opportunity to take a look at the man who swept all before him here in October of last year. Alan Norris beating Jelle Klaassen 6-5 in the final and providing a very unlikely story to round off the 2016 European Tour campaign. Kicking off the defence of his crown here against the man who saw off the former World Championship finalist Kirk Shepherd yesterday, Richie Corner. Brushing aside the 30-year-old Kirk Shepherd, led 4-0 in an eventual 6-2 win. And may just ask one or two questions of Alan Norris here in this one. Dan Dawson has the privilege of watching these two as well.
Yep. 7 men through to the final day of action already. Only one of these two guys can join them. Then we've got 8 more spots available tonight. That's when we get to see the likes of Michael van Gerwen, Peter Snakebite Wright, Mensur Suljovic, Benito van der Pas, Dave Chisnell, James Wade, Joe Cullen and Simon Whitlock. And Alan Norris.
And Paul Harvey.
And Paul Harvey, of course.
Ladies and gentlemen, first leg, Richie to throw first. Game on!
But Alan Norris is the seeded player here, number 7 seed, defending champion, of course, here in Hildesheim. But he'll have to find a break of throw from somewhere because Richie Corner won the ball. And he's throwing first, the chicken farmer from York. 54 years old, or young, depending on how you look at it.
Yeah. Age is nothing but a number, Dan. That's what I keep saying.
One right
Gets to a point in time where you do have to say that.
Now then.
140.
Well, he needed that after an opening salvo of 40.
140.
Yeah, it was a funny situation with Norris last year. I mean, I said it was an unlikely story to round off things for the 2016 campaign.
55.
He played in 9 of last year's 10 European Tour events, but prior to Hildesheim last year, he'd made the final day in just 2 of them. So to say you couldn't see it coming was perhaps a bit of an understatement.
He sort of blows hot and cold, doesn't he? I mean, he's got, that was his 2nd PDC title.
Wake up, man! Come on!
It's your defending champion on stage.
It's only 38 minutes, sorry, 22 minutes to 5. How can he be asleep?
Sat through that walk on, how? How was it even possible? Treble 8 is not what Norris was after.
96. Richie require 167.
Oh, it's good. It's very good. Oh, it was so close to perfect from Richie Corner. That woke him up a bit, didn't it?
He did.
Game shot.
Well, you were about to say before we saw the sleeping man that Norris had been blowing hot and cold last year.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's kind of the way he plays. I mean, some weekends he'll turn up and, well, I mean, you know, that might be the appropriate response to Alan Norris's game. But then other days he can just absolutely bulldoze his way through the field. He's very partial to a perfect leg. Hit a couple when he first moved over to the PDC after battering his way through Q School on day 1.
Yeah.
Hit his first TB9 dart at the Players' Championship finals just before the Worlds. Of course, he's a quarter-finalist at the PDC World Championship, finalist at the Lakeside. And he's won 3 PDC titles now because he went on and claimed one of the Players' Championship ones in Barnsley this year. So
The very first one.
the very first one, you're quite right.
I was just going to draw. Well, I was just going to say he's had a fairly bright start to 2017. There's that win in Barnsley. That was his 3rd PDC ranking title. Semi-final appearance at the UK Open, of course. Lost to Gerwyn Price. But then again, we were saying about Michael Smith having a more encouraging start to 2017. And look what happened to him today. Lost 6-1 to Jan Dekker, the most high-profile casualty of the afternoon session so far.
Yeah, no ranking money for Michael Smith, thanks to the tweak in the rules.
But yeah, I think it's fair to say that not too many were expecting great things of Norris when he arrived in Hildesheim last year. Just mentioned it briefly to him earlier about the level of expectation. Now, he says he doesn't really feel it too much anyway. He'll just go about his business as usual. The winner of this, by the way, will face Kim Huybrechts in the 3rd round tomorrow. Huybrechts coming through at the expense of Diogo Portela.
Yeah, pretty impressive stuff from Huybrechts as well. The average ended around about 98, 98.5, but it was well over 100 for most of that game.
Yeah.
59.
So no Premier League Manchester hangover for either Huybrechts or Klaassen today. Klaassen coming through in emphatic style as well against Mick McGowan.
Ooh. He was looking for the treble 10 there. Treble 10 would have left double top. As it is, he's left 25, Norris. And he will get a go at it because Richie Corner's not going to take out the 1-2-8. So Norris for a hold of throw to consolidate that early break and a 2-0 lead.
Oh, well, he's hit double 9.
I mean, saw Jelle Klaassen almost do that earlier on. But that leaves him 7, so 3 for double 2. Oh, hang on, where's he gone? Well, he's gone 5 for double 1 and missed the 5.
5 for double 1, which is a surprise to an extent in itself as well, first of all.
And the upshot is Richie Corner can get the leg.
52.
Ooh, unable to do so.
Alan, you require 25.
Right, Alan, fat 9. Well, he's gone the other way now, double 12. Safety first here for Alan Norris.
Second leg. Alan Norris. Third leg, Richie.
Yeah, change of tack and a change of fortune there for Alan Norris. Shake of the head, a little wonder. Just geeing himself up there at the back of the stage as he takes a massive glug of water.
Inauspicious start to the defence of his title here in Hildesheim. But he has gone 2-0 up, so no real harm done.
Fairly lucrative time of it at the end of last year as well. £25,000 for winning here, and then the biggest paycheck of his career. 7,500 for reaching the last 16 of the Players' Championship finals, but a further 35k for that 9-dart finish against Michael Smith.
Yeah, he really did pick the right time to throw that 9-dart. So it's a £5,000 pot, and then an extra £5,000 keeps getting added for every big TV tournament where a 9-darter isn't hit, and it built up and up and up. Alan Norris smashed one in.
Steamed into the rollover.
And then basically had to nervously wait until the end of the tournament to see if anybody else hit one and would take half the money off it, or potentially even more, because they just dished that out pro rata. Michael van Gerwen was wandering around telling him he's going to hit 2 and take 2/3 of his money. And the thing is with MVG,
you wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah, exactly.
You would not put it past him in the slightest. So anyway, in the end, he got £42,500 for that, which is almost as much as the champion.
Not a bad day's work, or weekend's work, I should say.
Yeah.
58.
Yeah,
58 will even Shanghai, but Corner's on 100 to hold his throw and make it 2-1 here. Treble 20 tops, simple equation. Now, surely it's tops. Oh, no, he's gone. No, well,
Alan, you require
tops might have been the shot. You go tops for this. It has been done.
It'd be great to see.
This is the more conventional route.
Just has to move away because that one's fairly close, but that's expertly done.
Alan Norris. Full flag, Alan, to throw first.
Oh, and he likes that, doesn't he?
Game on.
He seems fired up for the defence of his title, Alan Norris. He'd actually just got new darts prior to winning that first Players' Championship event. They're exactly the same, it's just they've got a different coating on him, because he's a guy, he will
45.
change darts. Sometimes, even in the middle of a game, he'll have exactly the same set and he'll just change them, just basically because his hands get sweaty and he wants to have something that's he can get a bit more purchase on. So they've got a new coating on them. He says it's actually made a bit of a difference for him. It certainly worked that day.
140.
Well, Norris provided the opposition for corner when he made his European Tour debut in Hamburg last year. 6-5 the score that day.
180.
Might not be 6-5 today, though. The way Alan Norris is looking in the mood here.
Well, that's his first maximum. His finishing has been very good so far. The scoring hasn't quite been there for Chuck, but he'll set this up very nicely.
96.
He'll come back looking at tops for a 4-0 lead and looking to wrap up the afternoon session in double quick time and book his place in the final day of action.
Yeah, on the receiving end here, he led Shepherd 5-0 yesterday. Shepherd threatened to fight back, pulled it back to 5-2, had a good chance to trim the deficit to 5-3 before corner eventually sealed the deal. Come on, Alan. Well, it's just let corner back in here. He may well return.
First time he's done that in the match, where he's come to the board looking at a double and able to take it out. Corner's not going to take out the 1-4-1, so Norris will come back looking at double 10 for 4-0. 26 is not really after. The thing, corner did hold off that fight back from Kurt Shepherd, but he started the game so well, Richie Corner. First 3 legs he was averaging around about 100.
Yeah.
He was on a 9-darter as well. Very impressive stuff. Not been that kind of start so far.
6 missed darts at doubles here. 3 at double 20, 3 at double 10.
He's going to get more though.
99. Alan, you require 20.
Well, if Alan Norris doesn't win this leg, he will be absolutely
Sean,
furious and livid with himself. But
Alan Norris, fifth leg,
he
Richard
celebrates the 4th leg.
Game on.
2 breaks, 2 holds. Looking good for the defending champion here, despite that wobble.
Well, defending champion he may be. He won't be favourite for this title. That will, as always, be Michael van Gerwen in the current era in dart in which we live. World number 1, taking on Jermaine Wattermainer this evening.
60.
I have to say, some fascinating looking ties. Mensur Suljovic against Mervyn King could be entertaining. Dave Chisnell, Dimitri Vandenberg. How about that one? Dimitri was very impressive in seeing off Adam Hunt yesterday. Dave Chisnell, we know what he's about. Possibly the biggest 180 hitter in world darts. Darren Johnson is in the form of his life. He takes on the machine James Wade, who is right up there challenging for a spot in the playoffs of the Premier League.
81.
Favouritism for Van Gerwen, even though he's well off the pace this year. Just 2 titles so far in 2017. This time last year he had 6, and he was on the verge of taking 7 in Munich as well. So,
yeah, but he hadn't hit 9 darts in a game, had he, last year?
And he didn't have a back injury last year either.
Right. Does not hold all the major titles in the game right now. Michael Van Gerwen. Peter Wright, the UK Open champion, of course, although Van Gerwen wasn't there to defend his title.
Will that little asterisk always be next to Peter Wright? I hope not.
No, I don't think so. I think the darts he threw in that tournament could have beaten anybody. Certainly the game against Raymond van Barneveld.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Brilliant. It was brilliant, actually.
Average 111. Norris has left 120 once again. He took that out in the 3rd leg to break. If he can take it out here to break again, it's 5-0. And I think, well, it'll be ushering the fans out the door very soon.
Alan, you require 120.
I think also as well, with Peter Wright having finally beaten Michael van Gerwen this year as well, that just might change the mindset maybe of, well, certainly of Peter Wright. Must be a massive hurdle to overcome that.
60.
It's been, what, 16 matches without a win against Van Gerwen?
Yeah, it's the best part of 18 months. Now then.
Oh. 94.
Richie Corner gets the
Alan, you
dance,
require
but it's
60.
not enough. And Norris looking at 60, 20 for double top for 5-0.
Well, he struggled on tops in the previous leg. He's got 2 goes at it here. Well, once again, that was way below the wire the second dart.
Would you require 25?
Surely now.
Doubts are there.
Has to go, Richie.
Game
And it does
started
go.
at the
There we
flag.
go.
We can
Celebrate.
see what it
Six
means.
leg Alan with
4-1.
throw first. Game on.
It's a hold of throat for Richie Corner. Alan Norris, though, missing darts at double 20 for a 5-0 lead.
100.
I mentioned Peter Wright. We will see Peter Wright in action tonight against Christian Kist. Christian Kist. Strange old game he had yesterday.
120.
Did manage to come through it. But he had to survive a match dart for the debutant Michael Ploy. Bizarre game of darts. A bit more like it from Richie Corner, staging a bit of a fight back here, but Norris looking to snuff it out.
Oh,
the
and
best
then
possible way.
Oh. Yeah, pointing the way here. Just another reminder of who's in charge here at the moment.
100. Alan, you require 81.
Well, for an 11 dart response.
Just inside that treble 19 bed, double 12 is taken out as
Game
well.
shot of the 6th leg.
Rusbury had a good look, but it is there.
7th leg, Richie to throw first. Game on.
Well, loses his first leg of the match and then fires in the 11 darter in response. The defending champion here in Hildesheim, 1 leg away from a place in the last 16 to face the Hurricane Kim Huybrechts. And Norris, currently ranked 18th in the world. There's a little group of players who are all bunched together just outside the top 16 in the world.
And there's not much between them at all.
Gerwyn Price in there, closing in on a top 16 spot. And that top 16 is very important, gets you into a lot of the major tournaments.
Yeah.
And Robert Thornton is a guy who's around about there, I think he may be 15 or 13, but he is really struggling for results, and he may be vulnerable.
Darryl Gurney can't be too far away.
Darryl Gurney is in there in that chasing pack as well. Darryl Gurney still searching for a first PDC title, of course. That's one of the things that makes him distinct from, say, Norris and Gerwyn Price, who have claimed titles in the PDC.
A question of when rather than if, I'd have thought, with Gurney.
You would think so, but you can never tell, can you? You can never tell. Gurney, of course, not making it here this weekend, failing to get through the qualifiers.
Yeah.
As did most of the seeds in the UK qualifier. Norris looking to set this up. Give himself a match-winning opportunity in this leg. Will he get one? Richie Corner's looking at 101. Treble 19 for double 12. Gets the treble. Double 12.
77.
Misses outside, and Norris should get at least a dart at the bullseye.
86.
Swing of the arms from Chuck. Getting limber. Lovely dart. Double 16.
70.
He's not there yet.
Richie require 24.
Set it up absolutely perfectly with that first dart, but he's not there yet. That's a long way away, Richie. Closer.
Game shot of the
And
7th leg.
Corner
Richie Corner
takes us into an 8th leg, just stopping Alan Norris in his tracks. Missed opportunities again for Norris.
Is it merely delaying the inevitable here? Richie Corner has survived 2 match darts. Norris had 2 darts to win the first leg that Corner got on the board.
140.
Living on, well, skating on very, very thin ice right now, Richie Corner. But he is still in with a chance.
Yeah, you won't want to be delayed too much longer here, Alan Norris.
140.
And maybe just an opening here for Richie Corner on the Norris throw as well.
100.
Couldn't quite see if that first dart had gone into the treble bed, and thankfully for Norris it did.
Yeah, when he won here a few months ago in the final European Tour event of the year, obviously the calendar's changed, so the German Darts Championship actually kicks off the Euro Tour 2017.
It needs to make up its mind, doesn't it?
Well,
42.
it's a free spirit.
What do you want to be?
Which
Which bookend do you want to be?
Oh.
Let's just see what corner does here, by the way.
54.
Sorry, you were saying?
Well, I mean, he started off with a win over Scott Taylor. Beat Ian White, saw off Steve West. Then he beat Mensah, then he beat Yellow Clarkson in that
Richie
final.
requires 70.
Yeah, that win over West as well was significant in that run, because West was in good spirits at the time as well.
Game shot
Well,
in the 8th
it is a
leg.
break of throw,
Richie Corner.
and 5-1 becomes 5-3.
9th leg, Richie to throw first.
And if Richie
Game
Corner
on.
can get going here with a ton 40 or more, then the Cats may well be well amongst those pigeons.
100.
Well, Norris will have the throw in the 10th leg, and that'll be where he would expect to get the job done. But as you can see, there's not a great deal in the averages overall. Yeah, 13 one treble visits. Between them, they've had, well, 8 visits each where they've had more than one treble. Norris has had a couple of 180s, whereas Corner's had a couple of extra 2 treble visits. It's nothing to write home about, really.
Just the 11 dart leg and maybe the 13 dart leg as well for Norris amongst the 5 that he's won.
90.
But, you know, the averages suggest that they are winning legs in 6 visits to the board, and a couple of 7-visit legs there.
60.
Very little between them in terms of the stats.
Very little between them in the scoring here as well. And if Norris can find another treble, it might just level things up. But, well, fairly nip and tuck.
Corner may just start to fancy this, because at 5-1 down, you got the feeling that he didn't really. He's already survived 2 match darts.
Down to a finish first on his throw. He'll be hoping that Norris can't get to a finish here, just to give him some more breathing space.
81. Richie require 100.
And that's exactly what has come to pass here. So 6 darts from here for Corner. 12s.
Game shot in the
Nicely
9th
done.
leg. Richie Corner.
And all of a sudden, it's a very, very different emphasis on this match now.
Game on.
A very different complexion indeed. 5-1 down, he's won 3 on the spin.
Yeah, and ominously for Alan Norris, checkouts of 72 and 101 taken out
100.
pretty convincingly by Richie Corner in the last couple of legs. And building up a head of steam. We said that this 10th leg is where Norris would expect to get the job done, but having lost the last 3 on the bounce,
60.
having missed a couple of darts for the match for what would have been a 6-1 win, remember, he could have been home and hosed, on his way back to the hotel by now, going, lovely, I've begun the Defence of Me title, but
140.
he's not done yet, Alan Norris.
Just needs a steady leg here, a solid set of visits,
100.
and hopefully Corner will go off the boil as well.
Well, he's got 80 points clear plus these. Needs a treble to reach a finish.
57.
Unable to find it.
Now then.
Ooh, good dart. Loads of room, just steps across, looking to fire it into the first 2. That's exactly what he has done. Richie Corner, what a time to produce your first maximum. Gets down to a finish.
And threatened a big finish earlier on.
Richie require 106.
Now then, Richie Corner. Wouldn't put it past him, would you?
Oh.
Well,
That would have been some body blow to go 180, 161 out
83.
when your opponent's sat on 64 for the match. But
64.
Norris returns to the board. How many match darts does he get? It's only going to be the 1. And it's a double top. And he's going to take his time. Chuck steps back. Quick blow on the fingers. Double top's the target. A double top is there. Alan Norris celebrates the defending champion. Well, I think he may have been feeling the stress there, judging on that reaction. Richie Corner pushed the number 7 seed, but Norris was up to the test. He does win it 6-4. He will face Kim Huybrechts tomorrow in the last 16. We have 8 more spots in that 3rd round up for grabs, and tonight is when we find out who makes it through. It includes Michael van Gogh in the world #1, the UK Open champion Peter Snakebite Wright, #3 seed Mensur Suljovic. He's going to be about as German as you'll get for the 2,500 fans here in Hildesheim, having seen their host nation qualifiers all knocked out yesterday. But it all kicks off at 7 o'clock local time with Dynamite Darren Johnson, a man in form, taking on the machine, James Wade. We'll see you then here at Halle 39 in Hildesheim for the resumption of the Happy Bet German Darts Championship. We'll grab a few words with Chuck, your defending champion, and we'll see him tomorrow as well, as he looks to retain the title he claimed here just a few months ago.
Richie Corner bei seinem Debüt auf der European Tour. Applaus für Richie Corner. Alan, congratulations. Even though it was not your A game you showed us, it's a good feeling to come back on that stage where you could win the tournament last time.
Yeah, it's really tough. Richie's obviously played the game up here. Yeah, I've still not lost on this stage. Hello, Hildesheim!
And you were enjoying the crowd and the atmosphere, yeah.
Yeah, they love it. The crowd is fantastic.
It's good to see you back tomorrow again. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Alan Norris. Den sehen wir also morgen wieder.